Okay, they're workplace warriors. What is going on with my voice? Well, today, since we have talked about our cover letter and the different types of resumes and when it's best to use them, we're going to start talking about, let's see, how to analyze a vacancy announcement. And I know that most people are probably thinking, okay, how do you analyze a vacancy announcement? Well, when I was applying for my first jobs, you know how we found out about available jobs? Either word of mouth or in the local newspaper. And so we had newspapers that came out most of the times Sundays, I think, or Mondays and Mondays were the best days to find the best job listings. So what you need to do, regardless of whether you are looking for job opportunities via the newspaper in the classified ads section, or if you are looking for jobs on one of the job boards online, you need to analyze the vacancy announcement. And why is that so important? That is important because you don't need to just look at the title of a job, scan what the vacancy announcement says, and just send your resume off. You need to really put some thought into the process that will help you determine whether this is a good opportunity for you to apply for and whether you have a good chance of being called in and invited for an interview. So first of all, you need to make sure that the job title actually aligns with the career field or the field of expertise that you are interested in getting your new opportunity in. And I realize that not all job titles are going to be, or not all great or potentially great opportunities are going to have the same job title. However, the job title can give you a lot of information right off the bat about the job. Not only the title, but sometimes the title may also include the location of the job if it's in another state or another city. And it may also say indicate if it's PT for part-time or FT for full-time. And so those are some things that you would consider as well. The other is the organization, the company, the employer who is hiring for the position. There are some companies that I would choose not to work for and have never applied for a job with them because their values or the way that they operate in business may not align with my personal values. And that is very, very important for you to make sure that the company that you work for, the values, its mission, vision, and values align with your personal values. Because if they don't, if the mission, vision, and values of your employer clash with your personal values, guess what? You're not going to be there long because you're not going to be happy, because you're going to feel that you're betraying your allegiance to the values that you hold dear and even sacred, I would dare to say. So think about that. Then also knowing by analyzing the vacancy announcement, getting the name of the employer. If you don't know much about that particular employer, the next thing that you need to do is you need to research that employer on the internet. Go on glassdoor.com, Google them, go on LinkedIn and search for them and people who work for the organization, or Career Builder. search wherever you can, even Facebook. A lot of employers have Facebook pages as well. And just see what you can find out about the company. Who is their top competitor? What line of business are they in if you don't already know? Have they ever filed for any type of bankruptcy protection? How many employees do they employ? How many subsidiaries or locations do they have across the United States or across the globe? Also, see if you can find employee comments like on Glassdoor and other platforms that let you know how employers perceive this, how current and former employees perceive this organization as an employer. Do they consider them a good employer, a caring employer, a environmentally responsible employer, a socially conscious employer? Whatever those values are that resonate with you, do your research and find out what that company's history is. What type of support causes do they normally support? Does that align with your values? So that's another reason, or there are some other reasons for you to analyze the vacancy announcement. Now you want to move on to the meat and potatoes of the analysis of the vacancy announcement, because first, if you want to know how much the position pays, or you want to do some comp research to see what you should ask for when that question comes to you, then go on salary.com and put that job title in and see what salary.com recommends as a range, a reasonable range, salary range for you to ask for. Then before you apply, you want to also read very carefully the details of the job. What is the overall summary of the job, the function of the job? Are there any things that raise red flags to you? Like, if you're not a person who wants to be traveling all the time, will this position require the selected candidate to travel often? If it does travel, then will the person in this position travel every week, or maybe once a month? Also, read the job description very carefully and determine what are the 3 to 4 most impactful duty statements for that position. And you want to number them from 1 to 4. 1 being the most highly impactful, 2 being the next most highly impactful, 3 being just a little bit less impactful than number 2, and 4 being the least impactful of the core. These are the 3 to 4 duty statements that are going to make up your core duty list. Then once you determine if you have the experience in the areas that the job vacancy is listing, with the core duties and responsibilities, you need to make sure that you also meet any educational or certification requirements as well. And once you make that determination and you look at all of those aspects or attributes of the vacancy announcement, guess what? If you can say that you possess at least 80% and sometimes 75% of the knowledge, skills, and abilities, experience, education, whatever else is needed to qualify for the job, then you probably want to go ahead and apply for it, because it could be the right one for you. So that's when you bring out that high impact resume that we worked on during earlier sessions of the Job Search Readiness series, and that engaging cover letter. You tweak them to make them speak to or relate directly to the position that you are interested in. And it's time to see who is going to be the selected candidate. And I can guarantee you that you'll feel more confident about submitting your application, your interest for this position, because you will have done your due diligence by analyzing the vacancy announcement to make sure that, at least on paper, it seems like you and that position and that employer are going to be an awesome fit. So I hope you've gotten value from this content. If you have, please smash the like button. Let the algorithm know that this is great content that others need to see. Share it with your network. And remember that I'm on a mission to help you live your very best career life. So make sure that you also, when you're ready, subscribe as well. And if you'd like to work more closely with me, I'll put those details in the description below as well. Until next time, I wish you nothing but success, but I look forward to seeing you for another video or for my next Friday morning live every Friday morning on YouTube at 7 a.m. And my channel is at HR by Namteek 167. HR by Namteek 167. So I'm excited and about that, and want you to also consider joining the next cohort of the Career Search RX coaching program, my tailor-made holistic career search coaching program that I know will transform you from a frustrated, uncertain job seeker to an authoritative, confident candidate who lands their job. So as I said, nothing but career success to you until we meet again. Bye-bye.